working to connect a region of over 600 million bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Judy Mera, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region on today's headlines. The family of Nora Kareen, a Franco-Irish teen who went missing in Malaysia, is offering a 50,000 ringgit or $11,900 reward donated by a Belfast business for information that could lead to her return. Vast swathes of southeastern Myanmar lie under flood waters that have already forced tens of thousands to flee their homes as the death toll from a massive landslide hit 59, firefighters say. And Singapore said Monday it will impose a blanket ban on the domestic sale of elephant ivory and products from 2021 as the government tightens its campaign against illegal wildlife trade. The family of Nora Kareen, a Franco-Irish teen who went missing in Malaysia, is offering a 50,000 ringgit or $11,900 reward donated by a Belfast business for information that could lead to her return. This according to Lucy Blackman Trust, a charity that supports the families of British people missing abroad.
Nora is our first child. She has been vulnerable since the day she was born. She is so precious to us, and our hearts are breaking. We are appealing to anyone who has information about Nora to help us to find her. The police have been working extremely hard to bring Nora home. In order to help their investigation, we have decided to offer a reward. 50,000 ringgit has been donated by an anonymous Belfast-based business for any information that directly helps us to find Nora.
About 350 people are searching through dense jungle near the site in southwest Malaysia, but no trace of the teenager has been found. Police from France, Britain, and Ireland are assisting in the investigation. Nora Kareen, a 15-year-old with learning difficulties, disappeared on August 4th, a day after checking into a resort by a rainforest with her London-based family. They believe that she was abducted, but Malaysian police have classified it as a missing person case. The search has now expanded to include the slopes of a nearby mountain, said Che Zakaria Othman, Deputy Police Chief of Negeri Sembilan State.
Hari ini kekuatan yang kita gunakan untuk keseluruhan operasi mencari dan penyelamat ini adalah seramai 353 orang dalam keadaan pagi tadi dan malam semalam hujan. Sudah tentu trek menuju ke arah tersebut makin mencabar, terutama kalau melalui sungai di mana air akibat hujan yang melalui sungai itu dah mula agak deras. I mean the numbers increase because Gunung Bernubut place is a bigger, a wider place. It's a 12 kilometer.
Meanwhile, the government will not allow any illegal act committed against the foreign workers in the Philippines, Malacanang said on Monday. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo condemned the report which showed that a 27-year-old Chinese national was handcuffed when he fell from the 6th floor of his office in Pamplona Dos, Las Piñas City on August 9th. Panelo earlier said that no one is exempted from the strict enforcement of Philippine laws. Police suspected that the victim, Yang Kang, was being held a prisoner by his employer, while a CCTV footage showed that he was peering out the window before he climbed out. Panelo said the Bureau of Immigration should also establish guidelines in the hiring of foreign workers to prevent illegal recruitment. following concerns raised on the influx of Chinese nationals in the country. Panelo also denied that there was any shortcoming on the part of government in preventing illegal recruitment, noting it has yet to be determined whether these foreigners are illegally staying in the country or not. Earlier, Panelo expressed concern on the influx of Chinese nationals in the country and urged the Bureau of Immigration to address this issue. He also urged Chinese and other foreign workers to report authorities' acts committed by their employers that are in violation of the law. In other news, vast swathes of southeastern Myanmar lie under flood waters that have already forced tens of thousands to flee their homes as the death toll from a massive landslide hit 59, the firefighters say. In the Philippines, the Department of Transportation or DOTR on Monday assured to uphold fairness and impartiality in the conduct of an internal investigation on the tragic sea incident along the Iloilo-Guimaras Strait. The DOTR, through the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG and the Maritime Industry Authority or Marina, has already commenced an interagency probe on the mishap. The investigating body will focus on existing and applied protocols on the suspension of voyages of motorboats. It is expected to make recommendations on the refinement and strengthening of such protocols, as well as on the use of wooden hull motorboats. DOTR Secretary Arthur Togade has earlier ordered the relief of officials of PCG stations in Iloilo and Guimaras and Marina Western Visayas Regional Office to ensure just and objective results of the investigation. PCG Commandant Admiral Elson Hermojino noted that the administrative relief is an opportunity for concerned officials to properly present their case. Marina OIC Administrator Narciso Bingson Jr. assured that for the part of the agency, it will exert all efforts to ensure an exhaustive and transparent investigation. Meanwhile, the DOTR has directed the Marina to fast-track the release of permits for roll-on, roll-off or RoRo fast-track vessels to service the Iloilo-Guimaras route, while wooden hull motorboat trips remain suspended to address inter-island transport concerns. Togade, who personally condoled with the victim's skin on August 7th, earlier instructed the Marina, PCG and the Philippine Ports Authority to explore a possible employment options for qualified family members as a way of assistance.
Is our most important asset, and it should always be a constant effort. visit Manila Beijing Medical Associated Incorporated, located at 843B Sabino Padilla Street, Binondo, Manila.
Landmarks, Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
Welcome back. A final report on Indonesia's Lion Air crash is likely to be released by October. An official at the country's Transport Safety Agency said Friday. All 189 people aboard the Boeing 737 MAX vanished from radar about 13 minutes after taking off from Jakarta last October, slamming into the Java Sea moments after pilots had asked to return to the capital. Several months later, an Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 737 MAX went down, killing all 157 people aboard and sparking a global grounding of 737 MAX airliners. Nurkayo Utomo, the National Transportation Safety Committee's lead investigator on the Lion Air crash, said Friday that the agency is still waiting for data from Boeing. Earlier Friday, Polana Pramesti, Director General of Indonesia's Civil Aviation Agency, had said that she expected the report to be released by September. Boeing, hit by lawsuits and regulatory probes over the accidents, was widely criticized over its deployment or development of the 737 MAX, with a focus on Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, a flight handling system linked to both crashes. The MCAS pointed the plane sharply downward based on a faulty sensor reading in both accidents, hindering the pilot's effort to control the aircraft after takeoff. Meanwhile, the Philippines government's drive against illicit cigarette trade is seen to get a boost from the scheduled visit of President Rodrigo Duterte in China later this month. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between the Philippines and China's customs officials is scheduled to sign during that visit as part of trade discussions. He explained that they are of the belief that most of the cigarette-making machines confiscated in the raids conducted by joint forces from the Bureau of Internal Revenue, Bureau of Customs, and the National Bureau of Investigation came from China. The finance chief said that these machines may have been declared as parts of tractors or air conditioning systems. That is why this passed customs scrutiny. He also noted that China has many ports, thus monitoring might be an issue. He said that they are formalizing their engagement with them and they will be signing an MOU between BOC and the Chinese counterparts. The Philippine government has strengthened the drive against illicit cigarettes in a bid to collect revenues and run after erring businessmen. The drive against illegal cigarette manufacturing has resulted in raids of factories in Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, and Bacolod City, among others, and confiscation of millions worth of cigarettes. Aside from running after erring businessmen, the government also pushed for increase in cigarette taxes in a bid to lessen the number of people affected by disease caused by smoking and alcohol consumption. Still in the Philippines, Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III and Agriculture Secretary William Dar have mutually agreed over the weekend to implement the assistance program to help rice farmers adjust to low prices of palay or paddy rice following the passage of Republic Act number 11203, or the Rice Tariffication Law. Under the program, unconditional cash assistance would be allocated and distributed to affected farmers by expanding the ongoing Survival and Recovery, or SURE program of the Agricultural Credit Policy Council, or ACPC, an attached agency of the DA. The expansion of SURE to assist rice farmers will also build on the good experience under the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, or 4Ps program, of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD. The expanded SURE program is in addition to the programs and projects mandated under the Rice Competitive Enhancement Fund, or the RCEF, the annual 10 billion peso fund established under RA 11203 to be sourced from the Bureau of Customs, or BOC, collection of tariffs on rice imports by private traders following the enactment of this law. Dominguez said that this unconditional cash assistance program is meant to help cushion the initial impact of lower pallet prices on farmers as they transition to the new rice tariffication regime. He added for the long haul, the RCEP facility under RA 11203 will help sharpen the global competitiveness of farmers by way of an array of programs, providing them with access to farm machinery and equipment, high-yield seeds, cheap credit, and skills training programs on farm mechanization and modern farming techniques. Dominguez expects that tariff revenues from rice imports in 2019 will likely exceed 10 billion pesos, a development that will assure full funding of the RCEP. The annual tariff revenues in excess of 10 billion pesos will enable further adjustment assistance for rice farmers for the remainder of the Duterte administration, he said. Dar, who chairs the ACPC Council, will convene the council and at the soonest time possible to get the sure assistance started right away.
Landmarks, Linggo, alas 6 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi.
Welcome back. Singapore said Monday it will impose a blanket ban on the domestic sale of elephant ivory and products from 2021 as the government tightens its campaign against illegal wildlife trade. The announcement on World Elephant Day followed 2 years of consultations with non-government groups, ivory retailers, and the public. Authorities in the city-states made their largest ever seizure of smuggled ivory last month, impounding a haul of nearly 9 tons of contraband tusk from an estimated 300 African elephants valued at $12.9 million. The illegal cargo was discovered in a container from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, being shipped to Vietnam via Singapore, and also included a huge stash of pangolin scales. Singapore has banned international trade in all forms of elephant ivory products since 1990. Such items could be sold domestically if traders could prove they were imported before that year or acquired prior to the inclusion of the relevant elephant species in an international convention protecting endangered species. In a statement Monday, Singapore's National Parks Board banned the sale of elephant ivory and products with effect from September 1st, 2021. Violators face a jail term of up to 1 year and fines on conviction. Traders can donate their ivory stocks to institutions or keep them after the ban takes effect, the board said. Public consultation by the government last year showed that 99% of those who responded were in favor of a total ban. Elephant ivory is coveted because it can be fashioned into items like combs, pendants, and other jewelry. The global trade in elephant ivory, with rare exceptions, has been outlawed since 1989 after the population of the African giants dropped from millions in the mid-20th century to around 600,000 by the end of 1980s. In other news, the 2019 Cine Malaya Philippine Independent Film Festival was held last night at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. Here's MJ Racadio, Arian Suwan, and MB Racadio for the report.
The 15th Annual Cine Malaya Award Ceremony recognizing the best of indie films of Philippine cinema.
Cinemalaya is celebrating 15 years of the best of indie films and recognizing the upcoming and veteran directors from short to full-length feature films. In partnership with Cultural Center of the Philippines, plus in celebration of 100 years of Philippine cinema.
Another film that I really liked a lot is John Denver Trending, which is very interesting because it's so true. It's a real story based on a true story in the province. It's about the trending.
I think this year all the films are very good compared to last year. I've watched most of the films this year, so I think all the enders are really good this year.
Well, all the 10 full-length films basically are all outstanding, and the film that I like best is John Denver Trending.
Well, Direct Edong is a cool director. It's like we're just playing in the set. Kasi I've been working with him before sa Quick Change last 2013. Ever since naman talaga, Direct Edong is a cool director. Napakabuti niya. Para lang kami naglalaro.
The winner of Best Supporting Actor was Ricky Davao. Best Supporting Actress, Ella Cruz. Best Actress, Ruby Ruiz. Best Actor, Jansen Magpuso. Best Director goes to Eduardo Roy Jr. And Best Film was John Denver Trending.
Wow, ang hirap i-explain yung feeling. If you love something, if you love what you're doing, and you're given recognition, siyempre, hindi natatawaran yun. Priceless yun.
Overwhelming gratitude. Sobra po, kahit marami naman nagsasabi sa akin na hoping for me to win it, iba pa rin pag narinig mo na yung pangalan. In fact, di ko na nga narinig yung pangalan ko. Nung narinig ko lang yung Autism, I knew that was our film. Thank you.
Nag-workshop po kami ng 4 days.
Ano feeling you won your first award on your first acting role?
Masaya. Masaya po.
Hindi ko ina-expect na mananalo ulit ako sa pangangalawang pagkakataon. Of course, masaya, sobrang saya kasi binigay ulit and ayun, very thankful ako sa mga staff and crew at sa mga artista, lalo na sa mga artista ko, lalo na kay Royce, kay Kokoy, and kay Sir Ricky Davao.
It's a family. That makes a good
So, Direk, how does it feel to win for the first time?
How does it feel?
Cinemalaya.
Hindi ko tayo isasagot kasi ginawa lang namin yung pelikula ko nga as in saktong sa yung pera namin. Kasi parang sabi ko, gawin lang natin siya. Matapos mairaos lang natin at maganda, mairaos lang na maayos. Okay na kami.
If you would like to know the complete list of winner, log on to Eagle News Live on Facebook, and you can find behind-the-scene videos at the backstage of Cinemalaya 2019.
Wow, we just witnessed recognizing best of indie films here in the Philippines. So, what is your experience, Arian?
It was a great pleasure to be part of the Cinemalaya Awards night.
Wow, and what about you, MB?
Oh, wonderful. Best of the Philippine cinema.
Wow, you heard it, guys. And this is
Arian, MB,
and I am MG Ricardio, and we are always one with 25.
And that is the latest news in the Southeast Asian nations. Stay updated about the ASEAN region. I'm Judith Timera, and I'm one with 25.